Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, welcome to Be My Guest. This is Jan Lewis, your host. Today we have, from Mendon, we have Christin Barnett. And Christin is the owner of Christin's Gallery over in Mendon. And I was just asking Christin, where is this gallery? Where is it, Christin?
It's in number 9 White Road. No one ever knows this road.
Number 9 White Road.
Yep, and it's in my basement, but
Yeah.
it's a pretty basement. It doesn't look like a basement. I've got high ceilings.
High
I've got
ceiling.
nice light, and it looks really nice.
Just
but
talk a little
it's-
little louder there.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it's hidden. No one ever knows
Yeah.
where White Road is.
Yeah.
But as I hear, it was an airport
Yeah.
eons ago. So people remember the airport, but they
Yeah.
don't know White Road.
So the airport is not there anymore.
Oh,
There's a
no.
Hopedale
It was in
airport.
the 40s. So that's
okay.
yeah. But that's all I'm hearing. Oh, you live at the airport.
No. But you're not far. I got it. As you go down 16, you don't go as far as the New England Steak and Seafood or the Imperial. You don't go as far as there.
No.
And you
it's,
go. Do you go past the restaurant?
Yeah. So when you go past the Willowbrook restaurant
Yeah.
and drive toward the big dealerships,
Yeah.
there's a little road on your left, and it's called Emerson Road.
Emerson Road on the left.
Yeah. So you go down Emerson Road, and then you take a right, and that's White Road.
And that's why. How long have you been doing it there?
I lived there for almost 6 years now, but I opened the gallery, I want to say, oh dear, maybe 4.5 years ago,
Yeah.
something like that.
Did you move to Mendon, or have you lived here a long time?
No, we moved to Mendon from England, me and my husband.
So that's where you met, in England.
No.
No?
Oh, that's a long story. We need an hour for that
okay.
one.
So you're German.
I'm
husband's
German.
Yeah.
My husband's English, and we
Yeah.
met by accident and married and moved to America.
And then she has 2 little ones at home.
Yeah.
I don't know where you find the time to paint.
Me neither. I don't sleep very much.
No. I want to show right now over here this absolutely gorgeous. What kind of flowers are there? Is that abstract? Is that
It's
acrylic?
Yes, that's a lot of things. It's acrylic, it's lacquer, and it's a poppy flower. I just love the color of the poppy because the day can be as dull as anything. If there are poppies growing somewhere, it just
There's
they're
lacquer
so bright,
on it?
and yeah, the golden splashes, they are leftover lacquer. Sometimes I just paint with what I find, and
Yeah.
that was from a different project, and it was leftover. And
Do you take pictures first and paint from that, or no?
sometimes this one I did not. I
No.
did that from memory, more or less.
From
and
memory, poppies.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Now, if you can zero in on the other side of her, what are those?
Those are cornflowers. I haven't seen them here in America, but I'm sure they grow here too. In those big cornfields,
Yeah.
they grow as a weed. But they're just beautiful. I
Yeah.
used to pick them as a child next to my grandparents. There was a big farm, and they grew weed, and the poppies grew in there. So I would go into that field and pick the poppies, and the farmer was furious because I was ruining his plants.
Yeah. I like
so
the red
that's why-
background. What made you decide on a red background? It's dramatic. I love it.
It's dramatic, but it was. I paint quite spontaneous, so the background was there first because I wanted to use up a tube of red paint, to be quite honest. And then I thought, okay, now I have to put something on top of this, and things
just pops.
happen.
It just pops.
Yeah.
Christin, when did you become interested in art? When you were a child?
Yes, pretty much. And then I went to art school in Germany, to college. I became a graphic designer after that. Still work as such. I have a few jobs.
So you have how many jobs and 2 baby children?
Yeah, I
How do you
have 2 jobs, 2 kids.
Oh my God.
I'm busy.
You're very, very busy. So you're a graphic designer as well as a painter.
Yeah.
Now you can work from home though with both, right?
for 2 days a week, I'm out doing
Yeah.
graphic design
Yeah.
for a local paper, and for the rest, I work from home.
From the West from home.
Yeah.
Show us some more. Now, are those your 2 children?
This is my oldest child,
Uh-huh.
and I just like to capture the
I love you.
the funny
shaky face.
faces. Yeah, she pulls this funny grin, and I don't like the typical portraits. I like it when they look a bit.
Can you see this okay?
funky.
Can you, should she look, there you go. There
That's
you are.
my oldest.
And she's how, 5?
She's 5 now. This
Yeah.
was her when she was about 3.5, 4 years old.
Beautiful drawing.
And yeah, so that's.
Do you
one-
sketch first and then paint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With portraits, I do. With
Yeah.
flowers and something
more
more
spontaneous.
abstract, that's more spontaneous.
So you
but
do both an abstract feel as well as realism.
Yeah.
If that's
trying
your
to.
husband, some
And
of
that's
the
my
other first
husband,
guests thought
yeah.
that was Tom Brady, but it's your hubby.
That's my husband. Yeah, when he was a bit younger than he is now, but he still looks like that. And
Yeah.
I don't know Tom Brady. It's
Tom
a
Brady,
real shame. I'm not into sports, but I know he plays football
Yeah,
now, so I've learned
Patriots,
something.
Yeah.
So now I have to watch a game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he could be Tom's brother. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Now, Christin, how can people get a hold of you if they would like you to?
People can reach me by phone. My number is 508-381-0017. I have a website. It's www.christinsgallery.com, or you can find me on Facebook if you search for Christin's Gallery. It's all on here because my name is spelled the European way, so it's not always easy.
Right. Do
Yeah.
you take orders, Christin, if someone said, I'd like you to do my garden in the backyard, or you would do that?
Yeah, I do take orders.
Yeah.
I teach classes to adults and kids.
Right there in Menden.
Right there in Menden, yeah.
What do you teach?
I do paint nights mainly for adults. So I have a motif. I got one here, for example. So this one we painted during a class.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
So I put the motif out there, and people who want to join me to paint this, they
I love
come
that.
and they can do that.
It's like a path through the woods.
Yeah.
You know, it has
Mhm.
almost, I want to say surreal, but a
little
fantasy
bit,
feel to
yeah.
it. Look at this. It's almost like...
Yeah, and that's in oil.
Mhm.
I'm also a Bob Ross instructor, so this would be a typical.
Oh, Bob Rosen. Yeah.
This would be a typical scene people come to paint.
And you help them
um,
learn how to do that.
I help them learn how to do that. Yeah.
Show us that blue one right there.
The
What is
blue
that?
one was also
Ooh.
a paint class. It's a beachy scene, so that's what people do in about 3 hours.
Reminds me of the
and-
Cape
Yeah,
Cod.
it does.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and the water doesn't always have to be blue. It has a green tint to it, right?
Yeah, the
And you've got
ocean
the
is
seagulls.
never really blue unless you're in the
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Oh, and
that's
I'm
what I
seeing
do with the adults.
a
Yeah,
pink
or a
flower.
flower. That's also
Oh.
one that I did during a paint class.
God.
I usually do adult paint classes about once or twice a month, and I will announce it on Facebook and online, and sometimes the libraries book me to paint
Like
there.
Menden Library
Like
did.
the Menden Library, they've been very supportive. They
Mhm.
had an adult paint class. I do children programs there at least 2-3 times a year.
Yeah.
So they keep me busy, which is nice.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. This
Yeah.
looks almost abstract. The one.
This is also a paint night. Sometimes I not only teach the Bob Ross wet on wet style, which is very nice and easy for beginners. Sometimes I do an impressionist class and also talk about that particular style and where it came from, where it was
Mhm.
born, why it happened.
That's a ship on the sea
Mhm.
with this.
With the moon.
When did you do? How many years ago, or did you do that one?
This one this year. This year or last year. It was a class as
Yeah.
well. So when I prepare for classes,
Yeah.
I paint the painting many, many times because I only have a certain amount of time during the class
Yeah.
to paint.
Sure.
So I need to do this in my sleep.
So you did this with the
This I
paint
did
class.
with the group, yeah. And when I teach, these are 3-hour paint nights, and when I teach, I have during those 3 hours maybe 10 minutes on my own canvas, and the
Yeah.
rest I walk around.
You have to walk
and
around and
help
look at.
and-
We
yeah.
had an artist on recently, and she teaches the painting as well as how to learn shading with colored pencils. Now, I prefer colored pencils. I can paint, but I mean, it's abstract, but I love the feeling of the colored pencils and markers. So I'm going to go for about 4 nights and then learn how to shade a little bit better to make it more, deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Do you teach those too?
No, I stick to oils and acrylics to teach because I find it easier for beginners. They have an instant success.
Yeah.
And
they can just see it and take it home.
Yes.
Now, what's this other one? Oh, this is a spooky one. This looks like a Halloween one. This
No,
is
that
beautiful.
was the last one
Oh.
I taught in 2017, and it was a fundraiser.
Have I seen that picture before? Is it on a book cover or? It
There
looks-
are similar book covers around, and I
Yeah.
chose it because it was
Hold it up so they can see. It's absolutely
it
beautiful.
was a fundraiser for a family, and I wanted something cute and uplifting and
Very.
something that would appeal to teenagers and adults alike. And we did that fundraiser at the library, and we had, I think, roughly 20 people of all ages painting that scene.
Is it
which
acrylic?
was nice. That's acrylic.
You know, you have a talent here that I'm seeing. Have you ever thought of being the designer of, I work with a lot of authors' covers.
I've never thought about it, but
This type of
that's,
thing is
yeah.
just, I'm seeing this on a lot, rather than, I always tell the authors, best way to go, do your own self-publishing and pick your own covers. And when I see this type of thing, I'm thinking, that particular picture, a children's author. I'm seeing this as behind some woman's perhaps other novel or something like that. But you have a definite skill here that I can see as the cover of an author's book too.
That's an
Just one
idea.
more way for you to go.
Yeah.
Where are you exhibiting? Locally?
I don't right now. I exhibited in England and did competitions and all that. And when we moved here, I was pregnant already, so I didn't have a lot of time. We moved into the house in Menden 2 weeks before I gave birth to my first child.
Oh,
And I simply had no time to even think about that. I'm just doing my classes and my other part-time job, and
so you've got a lot.
caring
Your
for
other
my
part-time
kids
job and your classes.
yeah. Plus, I'm writing a book as well.
You're
we
writing a
have
book?
Yeah, we have to talk
What,
later.
what's that all about? No, don't make us wait. What is that?
I went traveling a lot, and I spent a year in Australia just with a backpack.
Yeah.
And I'm
All
writing
alone?
all alone, and I'm writing about that. Oh, I'm trying to. Anyway.
So you're writing your real story.
Yeah.
How far are you along in it?
I'm about maybe 2 months into my travel, so
So-
I've got a long way to go. I'm
Yeah.
hoping by the end of this year
By the end of the year?
I'll be done with that.
Oh my God! We'll have to get you back. I bet you're designing your own cover.
Probably
Oh God! I bet that would be. When did you go to Australia?
when I was 23.
Well, not that long ago. You're a kid.
No, that's long ago, but thank you.
I have a son 25, and you look about his age, But and you went all alone, and you took pictures there. Did you take any of the pictures and use them to paint with, or anything like
I
that?
didn't know.
No?
I just roamed around and
That was
did
it.
whatever the day brought to me.
And Christin is of German descent. We were talking about how in my family, in my mother's side, French and German. And they had, while a lot of people anglicized it, but it was von Hartling, but changed to Hertel. And then they also changed the French name Dupuis to Depew. I guess it was done back there in the 1800s. I don't know why.
It must have been easier. Plus, I just recently read that about 40 or 60% it was came through Ellis Island.
Yes.
So when they wrote the names down, not everyone knew how to spell French or German and so
Yeah.
on. So the
Yeah.
names got muddled by accident, and it
Yes.
just stayed that way.
Some names, like my last name, Lewis, stayed the same.
Yeah.
A lot of on my dad's side, Lewis was Scottish. A lot of Scottish. Jocelyn Monroe, Lewis, even that President Monroe, we were related to him. A lot of Scots. And then you have the Welsh in there too. But I was sharing with Christin, I said my grandmother, my mother's mother, she looked like a German Frau. She was very solid. There was no doubt that she was of German descent. Now, What is your vision? Do you think you're going to be showing in some more libraries around? What do you think?
I will definitely keep up my classes for the kids and the adults, working with the libraries and in my own gallery. But my vision for, let's say, the next 3 years is a different one. I started a project just at the end of the year, and I am going to paint the people that make Menden. People that everyone sees all the time but not necessarily knows, and just the people who make the town what it is.
Did they approach you, or did you approach them?
No, I have just started to approach the ones that I'm thinking of, and I have talked to many people asking who they think should be painted because they're around forever.
How about an Upton?
And let
Come on
me
over
do
here.
Menden first.
Over here. How many have you got lined up for Menden?
About 15.
15.
Yeah, and I'm starting with those. I just started the first one. I'm not saying any names, it'll be a surprise. But once I've done 15 paintings of the famous Menden people, they're not famous, they're not business people or anything. They're just people that everyone knows and everyone likes.
Long-timers now.
Long-timers, yeah. And once I've painted them, and once I'm happy with it,
Right.
then I want to exhibit that in a public space. I'm thinking maybe the Menden Blessing Barn.
The Blessing
High
Barn,
Menden Blessing Barn.
What about this? Isn't there there's a town hall over there?
There is a town hall, but
Even
I
in the
can't see-
library.
the library would be a
Perfect.
good space. The
Yeah.
town hall is pretty
Small.
cramped.
Yeah.
I can't see that.
Even the
working.
the restaurants love all kinds of new art, new things.
Probably, yeah. But,
Yeah, the Blessing Barn, that's okay too.
They have a nice space
So many
now.
places.
Yeah.
And of course, the library being brand new over there, they've got a lot of.
Oh, it's beautiful, that
Yeah,
library.
definitely.
Yeah.
Have you
So
noticed, like,
once-
Yeah, I was so surprised when they put the adults section on the basement part, teens and adults, and the kids were upstairs.
That's nice.
I figured it'd be the other way around.
No, the kids need all the space they can get.
There you go.
They're the future, the next readers. They need to be groomed to actually still take a book and, read and not be on a tablet. So I applaud that. I think
I
that's
think that's
great.
pretty good. We're talking with Christin Barnett, and she is the owner, and she is the artist at Christin's Gallery in Menden. She teaches there too. Christin, again, how can people get a hold of you?
People can call me. My number is 508-381-0017. I have a website as well. It's www.christinsgallery.com. Or you can find me on Facebook under Christin's Gallery, and my name is spelled like this. Ta-da!
Ta-da.
So you can reach me under any of those options, either phone, website, or Facebook. On Facebook I post a lot of things that are going on. There are always photos of classes I teach, of the people that paint, of the kids that come and paint.
What nights do you teach? What days?
Usually on a Friday or Saturday night, because
Okay.
that's when people tend to find the time.
What time?
I start at 7 o'clock.
At 7 till about 9 or 10?
10, more
How many can you
likely.
have in a class?
I did have up to 17 in my gallery, but that's tight.
Yeah.
It was a birthday party that night, and you
Yeah.
can't say no to
Yeah, sure.
a birthday guest.
That's very good.
But ideally, in my studio, I have between 5 and 15. At the library, I can have more people,
Mhm.
depending on how many are interested for the night.
What room do they use at the Menden Library for that?
Upstairs, when you come into the main entrance, and there is a relatively free space to your left when you come in. They have tables there.
Is it the magazine section?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it well.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by what you just shared with us, that you are going to do paintings of some very well-known long-timers in Menden. I am fascinated by this. Once the paintings are done, now at no cost, you're doing this?
No, this is just my own passion. I always wanted to do that, and
What a great way to get the word out about you too. because you're so good at
I
it.
guess so, yeah.
People say, who did this? And it comes back to you. So you can do, obviously you do portraits, you can do an abstract feeling, you can do real too, you can do a realism. What was the name of the college you went to in Germany?
Ferdinand Braun Schule.
Say that again?
Ferdinand Braun Schule.
Ferdinand Braun Schule.
in Fulda, Germany. That's right in the middle. If you have a map of Germany and you point your finger right in the middle, that's where I come from.
And you left Germany how many years ago?
About 11 years ago. So I lived in England for 5 years, and almost for 6 years I'm here now.
You must have noticed one heck of a culture change when you came over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the drivers over here must be unbearable to you, right? I mean, you can say it. We're an interesting bunch.
Yes, interesting is a good word.
And you drive on the other side of the car, right?
No, in England we do, yeah.
Yeah.
In Germany we drive on the same
You
side.
do? Oh.
Yeah, it's only the English people who drive on the wrong side, right?
I don't know if I could get used to that. Have you brought the children back to Britain and Germany to visit?
Yeah.
Is that where your family, your mom and dad are?
My mum is in Germany, yes, and my husband's family, they all live in England and Scotland.
Oh, Scotland too.
Yeah.
So she's well traveled. Where else do you want to go as far as getting the word out? Do you go up to the Boston area very often?
No, I don't, because with the small kids I have, I just don't want to travel that far at the minute. It's not convenient for me, and I need to still be there for them. And in reach, you know.
Do you display at any of the, do you ever take time to maybe just, if you have the time, to go to an artist fair? Have you ever tried that?
I go there to watch beautiful art, but I never...
You know, what the heck? You got gorgeous. Paul, can you zero in again on this over here? This is my complete favorite. As soon as she walked in the door, the poppies in the field, and it's acrylic with
lacquer.
With lacquer.
Mm-hmm.
Now you would think with lacquer that it would be like gloss and shine, but it doesn't really have a shine to it.
No.
How did you manage not to have it? Whoo?
You get different lacquers and varnishes.
Different kinds.
Some of them
and
are
you can use
matte, and some of them are glossy, some of them are shiny.
When did you paint that? What year did
I still painted this in England, but it's my favorite painting. I think it is one of my favorite paintings.
We have a lot of people who I know. Our neighbors across the street are British, and they love gardening.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people in New England who love gardening, who would absolutely love what you do. Paul, can you zero in again on the one with the blue? Those are. You said they start as weeds, but what are they?
We call them cornflower.
Cornflowers.
In Germany, but this might not be the correct translation.
But it's cornflower blue. I know that.
Oh, so this is a flower in England.
Cornflower blue.
Okay, yeah. So this might be the right word for it. Yeah, we call them.
And then where's it else? I saw it. Gosh, and this too. I mean, look at that one. So lovely and so quietly elegant. I love that. There's a lot of people, if you love gardening especially, you love that type of thing, this is your girl. She can really, really do it. I mean, this is what your other work is fantastic, but I know for myself I would be zeroing in on the flowers. I don't have a garden. I just don't seem to have. I'm better, I think, at, I don't know, I haven't tried it, but some indoor plants and I get along.
Yeah.
A cactus is pretty easy.
Believe it or not, I'm not a gardener either. I haven't got a green thumb.
But you have when it comes to painting. You've got the talent for it.
I paint my gardens.
In Menden, I don't know if there's a town. Do they have a place where there's a, like in the summer, like there's a public around a pole, a flag pole, or somewhere where they have flowers on display? You'd be great at that.
No, I don't. Well, there is the center of the town. There's a little area. I'm trying to think whether they have plants out there. I don't know.
One way to get the word out too is that you drive along, you see a really beautiful garden. Don't hesitate. Get out of the car, go in, knock on the door, and say, "This is what I would do," and just the first one for free. to get the word out and then have it displayed, right? Next thing you know, one person is all it takes. The word, it's a small town, the word gets out, boom, 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 and they want to know who did your garden, who did it. And next thing you know, you're on this show, and we show what you did again, and people say, I want her to do my garden. A lot of people love it. You could go by, they could, even if it's just around a flagpole.
Yeah.
A lot of people are very talented with this. One more time, Christin, how can people get a hold of you?
People can call me. My number is 508-381-0017. I also have a website. It's www.christinsgallery.com, or find me on Facebook under Christin's Gallery. It's spelled ChristinsGallery.
If people wanted Christin to learn how to, obviously not in the same par as you yet, but wanted to learn how to try to begin to learn how to do flowers, do you have special classes that do just the flowers?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You do.
I do them the same way as the paint nights for the landscapes and seascapes. I have flower nights.
Okay. You have a
where-
flower night, all right.
Yeah.
And landscape nights and things type of thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Do people have to bring in a picture of what they want to do? Or they just
No.
have it in their head?
No.
And just share it with you?
I show them what to do. It's usually that I give them a motive that we paint together, and I tell them a lot about the technique and how to achieve, for example, the soft petals
The
that
softness,
are
yeah.
almost see-through. And so we're all painting the same painting that
Mhm.
night. It just makes it easier for me to teach everyone what they need to know, and then they can go home and apply
Interesting.
the
Do they draw it
techniques.
first, sketch it first, or paint it first? Just
So with the flower, yes, I make them sketch, and lots of people are scared to draw because the first thing that everyone says to me when they come in the door, first timers, they say, "Oh, I can't
I
paint.
can't draw. Yeah.
I can't paint. I can't draw," and that's not true.
Yeah.
That's just what we've been told in our adult life. But when you first pick up a pencil as a child, you would never have this thought. Everyone can draw and everyone can paint, and it's
That
just
guy.
a matter of finding the confidence and practice. I don't believe in talent. I don't believe in any of that. I believe in hard work.
Yeah.
And you practice drawing and painting
Mhm.
like you practice math.
And
in your
feel
head.
what it makes you feel like.
Yeah.
Which we just had an author on who I think she loves horses, beautiful horses, and she likes more of the geography type of thing where you have Grand Central Station. Okay, that's what you have your own style. And everybody has something. I think my mother said I was drawing when I could first get a pencil in my hand, but it was people. That doesn't surprise me. It was always people, that type of thing. And then as I got older, it was style, girls with hairdos, always hairdos, princess gowns, things like that. But I remember that a lot. And then in college, I've shared this with viewers before, but boy, you can relate. I was my first year of college majoring in art. And we had a teacher, I don't know what planet she was from, but okay, the assignment was okay. She had a big plant up on top of a table. She says, I want you all to draw, sketch it. But she didn't tell us any particular way. So being more abstract, I got the general feeling of it, and I began looking around me, and some of the kids were doing this intricate with every vein of every leaf. So she came over to me in all her wisdom and said, is there something wrong with your eyes? You know what? I never went back. I said, this is not an art teacher. If I'd been the teacher, I would have said, Jan, that's quite a take on that. Let's try this now. Say, hang on to that, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's try with a little more, instead of saying, is there something wrong with your, wow.
I can relate, because after art college I didn't paint for a long time.
Why? What happened?
Because
They shut
similar
you
thing,
down?
they just put you off painting altogether. It's fine if they want you to learn a technique, and it's necessary.
Yeah.
But
They can have
just,
some pretty,
all the creativity and all your ideas, you have to hang them on the coat hanger before you get into class, and
Yeah.
it was
I just
not
dropped out,
nice.
and what I did, I dropped it in her class, and I said, okay, I'm just going to major in art history. So I stayed with art, but I went over to art history. I've never forgotten that because I had never seen that done. I know in high school they encouraged everything. We've got to. We've been with Christin Barnett, and she owns Christin's Gallery. She's over in Mendon. She teaches art classes, painting. She also has some beautiful work. She could show you that too. All kinds of things. If you'd like to contact with her, have her do some painting for you. Sound really good?
Sound good.
Especially all you gardeners out there. She would be terrific. Thank you, Christin, for being with us. We're going to get you back on again. I can
Thank
see in
you.
spring, if you have any more flower ones especially coming on, let's get you on in the spring.
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
terrific.
Thank you.
And that book. You gotta let me know.
I will let you know.
We have
Yeah.
we love authors here. We'll see you next time on Be My Guest.